This is a story about anaerobic digestion, how it works, and some of its benefits. This is George. George and his family have lived on this farm for generations. He tries to take good care of it while also taking care of the earth. George uses the manure from his farm animals to fertilize his crops. The manure has lots of the nutrients the plants need to grow, so this is a good way to get rid of the manure and return nutrients to the soil. Near George's house is a river with clean water. This is important not just for his own kids, but also for the people living downstream. His family stays warm using firewood from nearby. He is always careful to plant more trees when he cuts them down. Although burning wood emits tiny particles that cause air pollution, he doesn't have a lot of neighbors, so this isn't a big problem. Over time, George expands his farm. He also gets neighbors. Both of these are great things for George and his family because they bring more money and more opportunities. Also, they start using natural gas to warm their home, which doesn't emit the tiny particles that wood does. Unfortunately, these things also come with some challenges. The amount of manure being produced is now more than the plants need. When it rains on the crops, some of the runoff gets in the rivers. Not only can this be unpleasant, but too many nutrients in the rivers are bad for the wildlife. Also, too much manure can smell bad, making the neighbors unhappy. Large factories nearby sometimes contribute to the water and air pollution too. Another challenge is the increased use of non-renewable energy like coal, petroleum, and natural gas. Non-renewable means that once it's used up, it's all gone. Fossil fuels are non-renewable. We have a lot of them on Earth. We probably won't run out soon, but there's no way to get more once they're gone. Burning fossil fuels also releases greenhouse gases. Greenhouse gases aren't all bad. Our atmosphere, which is made up of gases, protects us, both from the extreme rays of the sun and the cold of space, like wearing a protective jacket. But there's a balance. Too much greenhouse gas in the atmosphere makes the Earth retain more heat and causes crazy weather patterns. This is called climate change. George sees these problems and he's concerned. It's important to him to take care of the Earth, but it's also important for him to take care of his family and to continue growing food for people. But what can he do? He's just one person. Then George hears about anaerobic digestion. Anaerobic digestion uses tiny microbes or microorganisms in an environment without oxygen. These microorganisms eat organic waste, like food, manure, or even human waste. In fact, many wastewater treatment plants use anaerobic digestion to treat sewage waste. The microbes actually all work together in a community. One microbe breaks down an organic molecule and passes the remainder on to the next one, kind of like an assembly line. One of the end products is biogas, which can be used for energy. The end products are biogas, digested solids, and digested liquids. The liquid still contains a lot of the same nutrients as the waste did before it went in. Sometimes it can be used as a fertilizer. The solid digestate can be used to improve the soil too. Biogas is mostly methane gas, or natural gas. It can be used just the same way as the fossil fuel once it's been cleaned up a little. It can be used to heat homes or make electricity, but there's an important difference. Biogas is renewable. Renewable energy means that it comes from something we will continue to have as long as the Earth works. We will always have organic waste, so we can continue to produce biogas. Plus, there's no net positive greenhouse gas emissions. George thinks that this may be one of the solutions he has been looking for. The crops can still be fertilized, but the water and air are cleaner. George can use the manure to heat his own farm, and he may even be able to help his neighbors. Anaerobic digestion can take on any organic waste, so some industrial companies may have organic waste they can send to George. The food scraps from the nearby city could also be digested. This keeps the environment cleaner for everyone and benefits George and his family. It could even produce enough renewable natural gas to help warm his neighbors' homes too, which would bring George even more money. Plus, it cuts down on greenhouse gases going to the atmosphere. George invites you to help too. Your local wastewater treatment plant may take food scraps to feed their anaerobic digester, or you may be able to compost them yourself. You could also find ways to save energy in your house. Additionally, you could keep learning about anaerobic digestion or other kinds of renewable energy. Anaerobic digestion is only one kind of renewable energy, and by itself won't be enough to meet our demand for energy. But together, we can all be part of the solution. Thank you for watching.